I am Thirukumaran Thirunavukarasu, BlackJuly. I still remember, vividly remember, 1983. I'm heading to school. It's a Monday, I believe. On the way, I saw people were a bit nervous, worried, scared in the bus. And I saw smoke here and there, and few shops were burning. But it didn't click me what's happening around as a young person. After reaching school, slowly, as our teachers told us, okay, this is what's happening. Then we were asked to leave right away to go home. So when coming back home, I saw a few of my family friends and then their parents heading back to home. So slowly started realizing, okay, something serious happening. So when I reached home and my parents and uncle, aunt, they were happy that I came in one piece. Then we started hearing things from news and TVs. It's slowly we got started scared. We were not allowed to leave the house. And where I lived, there were only 3 or 4 Tamil families. Rest of them are Sinhalese majority, and Muslim families were there. But we were living there in that area for quite some time. Most of the family, we know each other. So we are stuck in the house, and we don't know what to do next, and we don't know what's going to happen. So simply we are listening to the radio, and at night we were not allowed to turn on lights, and literally we were like looking at each other, and we don't know what's going to happen in coming days. In the meantime, we started worrying about our friends, family and friends who were living in Colombo. And unfortunately, there was no way we can communicate to them or know about their well-being. So it was a big question among us. Even though we are okay for that time, but we were not sure what's happening or what happened to them. But luckily, fortunate enough, our neighbors, Sinhalese and Muslims, they were very friendly, and they said not to worry, we will take care of you guys. So it's about 3 or 4 families, and we had a good relationship with all the neighbors. So they assured us not to worry and stay put, don't come out, we will take care. And I believe 3rd or 4th day, and one of the house being attacked, and I heard the glasses and people breaking, and the people were screaming. So we realized folks are going to come to our house. So we grabbed any valuable items and went to the neighbor's house. So the whole day we were staying in their house, and then following day we came back. After a few days, then I decided to go and see my relatives and friends. And then at that time, someone told that my school, they have set up a camp. So I was thinking to go to the school and see my relatives and friends. And when I went there, I was able, the whole area was secured, but somehow I managed to go inside and see. I saw a few of my friends and a couple of my family there, but still the tensions were there. Like people were, even though our area was safe and everything, slowly people, the curfew was imposed within, I believe, 2nd or 3rd day, and then after a few days they opened the shops. But still people are scared to go to the shop, and we were wondering, okay, what's going to happen next, because we are not sure, like, okay, what's going to happen. Never happened in our lifetime, this kind of issue. So we were not sure, like, what's going to happen next. So after some time, we were told that they are arranging a train and buses to go to north and east, where our hometowns. So that talk was going on, but then again we were worried, like if you're going on train, how safe is it? Because the first half of the trip, it's going to go through the Singhalese area, so you don't know like what's going to happen. But somehow we managed to get a spot in a train. So we left Colombo on a train, feeling that we are being kind of forced to become refugee in our own country, heading towards Jaffna, a bit heavy-hearted and a bit scared as well, because you don't know what's going to happen in the middle. During the train trip, of course, a few stones were thrown at the train, and it scared us, and somehow we managed to reach Jaffna safely. And rest of the few days, if not weeks, I was like kind of confused. Okay, what's going to happen next? So now I moved here. Am I going to go back there, or I'm going to stay back in Jaffna, or what's going to happen? And people over there in Jaffna, they felt sympathized with us, and they were doing all kind of help and everything. But still, as a young person, I was not sure what's going to happen, because my father works there. So I don't know what's going to happen, whether he will be able to go back to work. So many questions were in our mind running, but we don't know what's going to happen. Because then again, we don't have a house there, so where are we going to stay long run? So many questions. I forgot to tell one story. When I went to my school, where the refugee camp was set up, and then going back to Jaffna, for me it was a bit difficult transition. Like, I grew up in Colombo, and now all of a sudden I have to uproot and I have to come to Jaffna. Anyway, I've been to Jaffna holidays. I usually come. Allowed to be there. But then again, my friends and my relatives and everything, I'm leaving behind and coming there. So kind of a difficult situations. From that day onwards, these whatever happened during the 1983 July, it stood in my mind, because all the things, not only for me, like people like a person like me, several of them got affected. So I'm thinking of all of them, like if I'm going through this much hardship, like how about them? So some would have lost their parents or siblings and everything. So when you sit back and think about all these things, you get like mixed feeling. Okay, you lose hope on your country and government and everything. How could they allow this to happen to their own citizen? So what's next? How you can trust these politicians and government? Those questions started coming. Even though I'm young, these things started coming. Slowly I started accepting the reality. I know it's going to be there with me for long, but started moving with the life. But sitting now here and thinking 40 years back, all these memories, events and everything, still I remember. I'm really surprised it's still there. So now I'm thinking like, okay, if I can remember these events and everything after 40 years, so how very strong or how effect these small things can happen to a young person as well as older person. So after 83, whatever happened, everybody knows to the country and people and everything. So I'm sitting here and thinking back. So most of the people went through more than what I went through. So I feel for them. And whoever survived, I'm thinking about them also, like how much agony and mental torture they will be having when they start talking about it, or when they think about it. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to talk about, and even sometimes very difficult to digest it. Of course, we have to forget, but sometimes it's very hard to forget certain things.